Assalamu alaikum guys. This is just workshop for MATLAB for beginners, and this workshop talk about how we can write loops, use loops, for loops, while loops. At the beginning, what is the loop? A loop, it is a statement that can be used to repeat instructions more than one time. It could be infinite loop, that means run continuously for infinity. It could be finite loop, that means the loop will run for certain number of times, 5 times, 10 times, or until something happen. So we have both of them. Now we have two kind of loops. We have the while loop and for loop. I will start by the while loop. As you see in the PowerPoint, in the while loop, we have two things to know: the syntax of the while loop and the flow chart of the while loop. The syntax, it means how we can write the loop, how the instructions should be written in MATLAB to perform the loop, while loop. As you see, we have to start by the keyword while, followed by a condition. The result from this condition, it could be yes or no, true or false, on, off. So this condition should be logical expression or logical value. And this is the end of the while loop. So we have two keywords, the while and the end. Here we have the condition, and here we have the body of the loop. The body of the loop, it means these lines should be repeated within the while loop if the condition is true. As you see in the flow chart, as you see in the flow chart here, this is part of our program. Here is the entry for the loop. We have to initialize a counter if this loop should run for a certain number of times. So we have to initialize the counter, then check the condition. It should be logical or Boolean condition. If the condition is true, go inside the loop, as you see, do the loop body, then update the counter by 1 or by 2. It depends on what algorithm you have, what question you have. Then go back again, check, is the condition still true? Do. Go back again, still the condition is true? Do, and so on and so on. If the condition suddenly become false, get out from the loop and continue your program. That means the body of the while loop will be executed if and only if the condition is true. If the condition is false, it will get out the while loop and continue the program. So let us take an example. As you see, this is the solution of the example. I will delete it. Now write a program to print all natural numbers from 1 to n using a while loop. And as you see, this is the flow chart. Start of a program. We need a counter, say that I, you can name it I, j, k, any name. I equal 1, it is the initial value. Now here we have a conditional statement, I less than or equal to n. If true, display the value of I, then increment I by 1, then come back again. Check, still I less than or equal to n. If yes, display I value, then update counter by 1, then come back again and again and again. Imagine that the user entered the value of n 5 and the current value of I is 1. Is 1 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Display 1, then I become 2, then check again. I equal 2, less than 5? Yes. Display 2, then I equal 3. 3 less than 5? Yes. Display 3, I will become 4. 4 less than or equal to 5? Yes. Display 4, I will become 5. I less than or equal to 5? Yes. Display 5, I will become 6. Come back again to here. I less than or equal to n, which is 5? No. False. Get out from the loop, end the program. Now let us do it in MATLAB. We have to go to new script file. As I'm telling my students always, we have to start by CLC to clear the command window. We have to start by clear to clear the workspace. I don't want to see anything in the workspace. Close all to close all of previous figures. Surely we have to write comments by the shift 5%. ask user to enter the value of n. This is just a comment. Okay, now we have to use a built-in function called input. Input, it is a function with two can do two things: can display a message and read the keyboard entry or the value entered by user. So what the variable name we want n as example, equal input. The input function, it is a built-in function, accept strings like this. So string, it need two single quotations. What is the message? Please enter the any value or any integer. Say it is n, then go to next line. Outside, I don't want to see this one or the value of n in the command window. Next step, we have to start printing the natural numbers from 1 to n. So we need a counter, as I said, I equal 1, the current value I equal 1. To go from 1 to another one, we have to write while loop, while we need condition, while the value of I less than or equal the value of n, because I want to display numbers from 1 to n. So the current value of I, it is 1, and n entered by user. So we have to run a while loop with counter I from 1 to n. And this is the end of the loop. What is the body of the loop? The body of the loop, just printing. You can display, use printf if you wish, or display. I will use display as example. Display. I want to display what? I want to display the value of I. So I will use I like this. Okay? By the way, display, it's like a printf function. It will take the value of I and print it directly without anything, without text, and it will skip a line at the same time. As you see, just display. Then if I run the loop now, let me run the loop now. I will show you. Save it as a file name .m. Say that anything .m like this. Okay. Then run the program. See, enter n, say 4. It should print 1, 2, 3, 4. See, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. It will never stop because the current value, let me abort run, Control C. Because the I value is 1 and still 1 and always I less than or equal to n. So I should be incremented before. So I equal I plus 1. That means the new value of I equal the current value of I plus 1. Now run the program again, show you. Please enter the value of n, say 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you want to print it in a better way, in line as example, you can use printf. Anyway, this is not our... okay, let me do it. To print it like this, I will use a function called printf. Same, this function accepts strings. Say that we can reserve a space for integer. Say that this integer, it needs 5 spaces, the number to the left of these spaces. Okay, which number I will print? The value of I, like this. And we can align them like this. Save and run the program again to show you the difference. See, please enter any integer, say 5. It will print them in one line, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As you see, the 1, it needs 5 spaces, and the 1 to the left, because I used minus. The 2, same thing, the 2 in 5 spaces, and the number itself to the left of the spaces, and so on. The last thing, we want this sign to become, to go to next line. After finishing the while loop as you wish, we can write here print f. I want to print, just go to next line, or we can print the end, by the way. Go to next line, the end of the program, and then go to next line again. Let me show you the difference. This is 5. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The end. If you want to skip more lines, you can write \n again here. Run the program 5. See, there is a space here. If you want a space here, no problem. After read the value of n, you can print the space also. So I will use again. I will use printf and then go to like this, the line number 7, and print just one line. Let me show you the difference. This is 5. As you see, we have here a space, we have space. If you want to print a message here, say that we can print the message, the natural numbers, natural numbers from 1 to the number entered by user, which is an integer r. Then go to next line like this. From where I will get this integer? From the value of n entered by user. I will show you the difference now. Run the program. Read the number is 5. See the natural numbers, sorry, should be numbers. The natural numbers from 1 to 5 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. This is how to use simple while loop, the while loop. As you see, the while loop, it needs, if it's a finite loop, you have to use a counter, I equal to 1, the initial value, the condition of the while loop. If this is true, do this one. And here we are incrementing the counter of the while loop to count from 1 to n. Next, guys, the for loop. Actually, the for loop, it's an equivalent statement to while loop. That means we can use them. We can use it like exactly the while loop. So any problem can be solved using while. We can solve it using for loop. But sometimes I feel that for loop more proper than the while loop, and vice versa. Okay. So for statement, again, for statement, this is the syntax. How we can write the for? We should use the for, small letter, okay, keyword with the end of the for loop. And here it's the counter value equal start, increment, end. And this is the instruction block, sorry. And the same flow chart, we have to initialize the counter or anything here. Check the for condition. If it's true or pass, do statement, step it, and then check again, still true, still true, still true. If this become false, get out and go to next line or stop the program if it's last thing in the program. Now, so we have to write a variable name, I, J, K, L, M, N, counter, anything, and the initial value and the end value and how much the increment. It could be decremented or incremented. It depends on the problem you have. If now how this works, I will explain it later in the example. But this is the syntax. In this example, guys, write a program to print all natural number from 1 to n using for loop this time. So to use it using for loop, let me do the following. I will just change, I will show you the change in the same program. Ask user n equal, it's okay, print, it's okay. Now, no need, okay. I will write for instead, for, I will say that the counter it's I equal to 1, and double dot, and the final value is n. So I will remove this line. Sorry, like this, okay? So as you see, here I equal to 1, incremented by 1 until reach n. So surely now I equal to 1, no need to, for line number 8, we should remove it. And surely we have increment by 1 here from the syntax of the for loop. This should be removed. And this is the difference between the while loop and the for loop, as you see. So it is in one line. The initial value of the counter, the condition, and the increment in one line. So how this works, I equal to 1. Say that n, as example, let me say that n equal 4. Currently I equal 1. 1 less than 4, yes. Do this one, print 1. Then go back to here, increment by 1, it become 2. 2 less than n, yes. Print 2. Then increment by 1. 3 less than 4, yes. Print 3. Then 4. 4 less than 4, yes. Print. Then 5. 5 less than 5 than 4, no. Exit from the while loop, from the for loop, and continue your program. So this is the only difference between them. So please enter any integer, say 5, same result exactly, but we did it using a for loop. Again, just to remind you, I will write a while loop. For the while loop, we have to keep a condition. The condition I less than or equal to n. What's the initial value of I? It is I equal to 1. And inside the while loop, the last step, I equal I plus 1 to increment it. Okay, run it, you will get the same result. Again, let me write a for loop. For loop, we have to remove this one, write I equal to 1, incremented by 1 if it's 1, until reach n. In this case, this line should be removed, and this line should be removed. You will get the same result. Now how we can write, or let us talk about the difference between for loop and while loop. Actually, there is no difference in the loop. between while and for loop. They are totally equivalent. That means any problem can be solved using while loop. I can use a for loop, but sometimes I feel maybe this one more than better than that one, or it depends on the problem itself. But the only difference in syntax, actually, how to write the while loop, how to write the for loop. In the for loop, you write initialization, incrementation, and check condition or the logical condition in one line. In while loop, you have to write them in a sequence and it depends also on the problem you have. But same flow chart, same algorithm, but different syntax. Now, how we can write a continuous running loops, infinite loops. Infinite loops, it means this loop will run for infinity. It lack of exit condition or exit. To use it in use while loop, just write one. What's the meaning of while one? Guys, in general, numbers, integers, can represent a logical value, 0 or 1, off or on, true or false. Now, the 0 represent off or false. The 1, not the 1 exactly, but any non-zero number, positive or negative, any non-zero number represent true, represent on. So, 0 off or false, non-zero number will be true or on. So, while 1, it is true. And true condition here, 1, it will be 1 for next iteration. Still 1, still 1, still 1 always. So 1 is always on. That means true is always true. That means the while condition always true. The while loop will run for infinity. It will never stop. It will never stop. And same thing for the for loop. How we can write for loop? Infinite for loop, just for I from 1, incremented by 1 or whatever you have. It depends on the problem you have. But the end here, it's I and F. I and F, it's infinity. But I prefer, if you want, guys, if you want to write infinite loop, better to use while loop, because infinity here, maybe in execution you will face some problems. But using while loop will be better. But they are same at the end. Now, break statement. Break statement implements the exit loop primitive. Cause flow control to leave the loop block. You have while loop or for loop immediately. That means the break, it will break the for loop, the while loop immediately where you place the break. So break, it will not work without loops. So break always should be inside the for or while loop to break the loop. Let me go to MATLAB again. And let us run this one as infinite loop. Let me use the while, as I told you, while loop, and the condition is 1, it is always true. Let us see what will happen. Run the program. See, for while 1, because while here it is infinite loop, no need for a counter value. But I need it actually here to print the numbers. So let me stop the program again, Control C. Let me just, again, to run infinite loop, no need for counter, but I want to print numbers here. I will use the counter to print numbers. So I equal to 1, and here I equal I plus 1. Again, the counter just to print numbers here. Run, say it's 5, n is 5, it will not stop at 5. See, it will run for infinity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, until reach the memory limit. Okay, see, the text exceed maximum line length. So we can print it, say print as a column like this. Add, go to next line, save. Before that, Control C, and then run again. Please enter 5. It will never stop at 5. See, it's continuous running program. To stop it, guys, we have to abort the run by Control C. Now, say that I want to stop this loop. When the user enter any negative number. So this one, that means I want to repeat the code again and again. So let me write here, I want to print numbers from 1 to n, so I will say I equal to 1, I, and so on. And the condition here, I should be less than or equal to n. but I want to repeat the program for infinity. So all of these guys, all of this code from line number 5 to 13 should be repeated. So I will cut like this, write a while one loop, a while one loop. This is the end of the loop, okay, and Control V. This is the code. Just align them together, all of these inside the while loop. This is also inside the while loop. This inside the inner loop. This is for the inner loop, and for the inner loop. This one align, remove spaces also. Remove the spaces also. It's very important to keep it like this. Okay, remove this one also. Now this program I will show you guys. Let me run the program. See, please enter n5. These are natural numbers from 1 to 5. Please enter n again. This is 6. These are natural numbers from 1 to 6. Enter 10. These are from 1 to 10. Still running. How can I abort the run? Control C. But this is from outside the program. How can I abort the run from inside the program? If the user enters, we can add option here. Please enter any integer, any, say that positive integer n, or say that -55 to stop or to exit the program. And we can write here, after scanning the n value, we can write if statement, if. This is the end of the if statement. We have a condition here. If the n value equal to -55, what I will do, I will use a break. Remember that break, it is a statement or keyword used to abort run of the while loop, or to make the flow go from line number 8 to line number 18 directly, immediately, when this condition is true. Run the program again. As you see, please enter any positive integer, say 5. Okay, please enter any positive number, 6. Now I will print -55, exit. See, the program stopped, sorry. When n equal to -55, that means this condition is true. This is true, that means go inside if. It will find a break. It will break the flow from this while loop. It will go directly to this line, to the end, after the end. Okay, after the end. So let me cut this code and put it outside. This is the correct way. Okay, so this is the end of the file. I will show you now. Run again. This is n equal to 5. This is n equal to 4. Now -55. See the end. So this is how we can use the break statement with for loop or while loop, both. The last thing here, guys, it's just an example to show you more, or to give you more practice or more understanding for the while loop and for loop. In this example, write a continuously running program to find and print all numbers from 1 to n that are divisible by 3 and 5. Program should stop if user enters any negative or zero number. So I will do the same. But let me show you the algorithm. Start the program. Let user enter the value of n. If the value of n it is positive, say I equal to 1. Check, is I less than or equal to n? If yes, check, is the I and 5 I divided by 3 and 5? If yes, display I, and then come back again, update the counter, then check again. If it's false, don't do anything. Update the counter, go to next line number, and so on. And if the number it is false, if I less than or equal to n, we should go back again, ask user to enter n. But the program should stop. I'm sorry for this mistake. The program should stop if user enters any negative or zero number. That means the flow should go to the end. Yes, here, I'm sorry, it's correct now. If enter the number, if number greater than or equal to 0, if yes, go like this. If false, stop the program. But if I less than or equal to n, if yes, do this one. If no, ask user to enter again. Actually, there is a conflict between this one and this one. I will talk about it in the code. Never mind. Okay. So let me try to solve the problem again. Write continuous running program to find and print all numbers from 1 to n. So we have to ask user to enter n. Same problem. Same idea. Then guys, program should stop if user enter any negative or zero number. So if n less than or equal to 0 should break. So we have while loop to make it as a continuous. Print, we have to write here the numbers from 1 to n that are divisible by 3 and 5, that divisible by 3 and 5 are, these are the numbers. Okay, again we have to use while loop. It's okay, I equal to 1, while I less than or equal to n. We will print the number in case that it is divisible by 3 and 5. Now, how can I know that any number divisible by 3 or 5? Just to remind you, we have something called modulus. Modulus built-in function. Say modulus 15 to 3 equals 0 because 15 divisible by 3. The remainder 0 here. While 16, let me repeat, modulus, write 16 to 3, the modulus is 1, the remainder is 1 because 15, the last number before 16 divided by 3 is 15, the remainder is 1. Let me repeat for 5 again, modulus 16 of 5 to 5, same, it will be 1. Modulus 16, 15 to 5, it is 0 because 15 divisible by 5. So it should be both of them, divisible by 3 and 5 together. So how can I write it? We can write if condition here, okay? If. We want to print the number in case that this is true. And what is the condition here of if? If the modulus of the number now, it is I, 2, 3, equal to 0, at the same time, and, repeat the code again, Control C, but write 5, not 3. If the current value of I divided by 3 and 5 together, print the number itself. That's it. And keep the counter here, and keep the counter updated here, no problem. Same algorithm exactly. Now let me run the program to show you the solution. Say that I want n to be 15. The only the numbers from 1 to 15 that divisible by 3 and 5 are 15. Control C. Let me go back to the message. Divisible by 3 and 5 like this. Run the program again. Say that 30. The numbers from 1 to 30 that divisible by 3 and 5, they are 15 and 30. Please again, say that 50. The numbers from 1 to 50, these are. Now, see, I will write what? Minus 5. It's a negative number. End. So this one should be or any. We can write the message here, or any negative. Okay, negative number to stop. Any negative number to stop. Okay. But see, this is exactly the solution. Write continuous running program. This is while 1 to find and print numbers from 1 to n. This is the algorithm to find and print number from 1 to n. Okay, divisible by 3 and 5. This is to check if it is divisible by 3 and 5. Program should stop if user enter any negative or 0 number, and a negative or 0 number. This is the code. So exactly this is the solution. But we have a mistake here in the flow chart. If n greater than if n less than 0, exit from the program. So we should not repeat here. If I less than or n, we should not repeat. If it's true, do the following. Then calculate and come back again. If false, it becomes false, we have to continue our program. Or go to end. But no, it's true, by the way. I'm sorry guys, it's true because this loop to print the numbers divided by 3 and 5, and this one to make the program running for infinity. We finished the first for n. We want to ask user again for next n. So once this while loop stops, we will go back again to enter a new number. So it's correct. This is how we can write. But I want to show you exactly what break means. As you see, guys, if the n less than or equal to 0 break, it will break the flow of the program and it will get it outside the while loop directly to here. So as you see, here we have break. The break, it will break the flow. It will go from line 8 directly to line number 19 and stop the program after that. So this is in general how we can write for loop, while loop, and use them. Surely we have nested loops and loop inside the loop, if inside the loop, and so on. So it depends on the idea or the problem you have. So thank you so much. You can find in my YouTube channel another videos talk about different topics in MATLAB. See you in next video.